You know, credits usually get a bad rep for being pretty boring when you're in like a movie theater or something. It's normally the time that people get up and walk out, unless of course it's a Marvel movie and you're waiting for that post-credit scene. While in video games, during the credits you can't get up and walk out because you live there. So it'd be kinda hard to do that. I guess you could go occupy yourself for that amount of time, but who knows, you might miss something. So, one thing that a lot of developers do to ease the pain of how boring credits usually are is put a killer song in the sequence. And it usually works, because credits have become something in video games that I don't skip anymore. So, as the year comes to an end here, we will check out the best ending credit themes in video games. I'm also lifting my play before put rule for this list because there are some songs that I just really enjoy. However, context and what I know about the game will, in fact, affect their placement on the list. So bear that in mind. Hope you enjoy.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to cap off a game about just running around and killing dinosaurs? Via time travel. Yeah, I would put this electric guitar jam in there too, because honestly I think this song does a good job at capturing the action-y and kind of silly essence that Dino Crisis is all about. This one wasn't nearly as serious as the first one, which was trying to be Resident Evil with dinosaurs. This one's more embraced the action aspect of it, and I think the song does a good job at capturing that tone shift, and the tone of the game in general.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
The song does a good job at sounding like a victorious march back home after you've defeated your opposition. After you beat the witch, the game recaps itself and shows you all the different monsters you met and the places you've been, and even some of your other side friends. Thought that was cool. Serves as a little recap of what you've done throughout the game. And overall, I think the song itself does a really good job at capturing the whimsical, childlike tone that Banjo-Kazooie presents.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
this game, the first time I played this game, I didn't know what to feel when I heard this song because the ending confused me the first time. The ending I got anyway, because I didn't know what was happening. After I beat it the second time, though, I had a better understanding of what was going on and what everything in the game meant. And the song really shined through as a good tune to reflect on the events that transpired in Lone Survivor. Regardless of whether I was confused or actually knew what was happening, I still reflected on the adventure I had. I really like the acoustic guitar, and you can really feel the Silent Hill influences bleed through here. Like, they're in the whole game, but they're especially prevalent in the credit theme. This song was just really great because whether I was confused or actually aware of how the ending happened, it still worked to match what I felt at the time, both times.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
This is the part where we start bleeding over into games that I haven't played yet, but I've seen a playthrough of this game, which for the purposes of what I'm doing and the kind of game that this is, I would say it's good enough. Anyway, the song does a great job at capturing the emotions that go in with the dilemma of the game. The premise is changing a guy's memories to fulfill his last wish, and I couldn't, with a good conscience, leave this off of this list just because I haven't played it, when it does a perfect job at capturing all of those emotions that go into the journey that you take on this game.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
This is also a song from a game I haven't played yet, but I have less of a reason for this to go on than the other one. The other one I have seen playthroughs and know the context. This one I don't, but I just really, really like this song. And I know the general dark tone that Silent Hill games take. So, this is just basically an assumption that the song matches whatever happens in this game pretty well. And if not, I will still put this on here because, Jesus, I like listening to this song. The acoustic guitar is so cool, and it just feels like this somber culmination of a bunch of different depressing events that happen to you. So, even without seeing a playthrough or playing it myself, and only having general knowledge of the Silent Hill series at my disposal, I can still appreciate this song a lot.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
For a game that is considered by many to be one of the best games ever, it gets one heck of a grand send-off, too. The credit theme here is a blend of all sorts of different songs that you already heard in the game, for the most part, with, some first-time music intermixed between. And it does a good job at blending what I liked about Banjo-Kazooie's credit theme and what I liked about To the Moon's credit theme together. Because you get the sense of victory and stuff that came with Banjo-Kazooie's after you beat Ganondorf and stuff. And then you get the sense of all the emotions that you would feel during your journey. And it all culminates as you see all of your friends that you made in the game, and you see the world recovering from the havoc that Ganon wreaked. My favorite part is probably the end, where the Link's leaving the Master Sword and that bell toll goes off repeatedly. That is the part that makes me remember this theme throughout all the years after playing it.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
Alone for a while, I've been searching through the dark for traces of the love you left inside my lonely heart, to weave by picking up the pieces that remain.
bet you didn't know I liked this song. Just check out my channel page and you'll understand why that's funny. Anyway, this song, you see, the higher ranking songs in this list start to bleed over from things that I actually listen to on a regular basis, or have on my iPod or something. This is one of them. This song is fantastic. It captures all of the emotions that you would feel from Final Fantasy IX and the relationship between Zidane and Garnet. And I normally don't buy into Final Fantasy romances, to be honest, but this one got me. And it does a great job of encompassing the emotions that would go into that. Or, in general, the emotions that would go into any well-crafted love story in a video game. And since Final Fantasy IX was heavily anchored by that romance, I do believe that the this was justified by the credits theme. Not to mention, this song is everywhere in that game. Seriously, go through the soundtrack and tell me how many different versions of this you find. Anyway, overall, the song does for a great emotional tie-up, and just in general, rocks.
This was a triumph. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
Words cannot express how much I love this song. For me to properly tell you how much I like this song, I would have to learn the language it's in, made up or otherwise, and tell you that way, because English just doesn't cut it. It makes sense for this to be the credit theme because, well, it carries a lot of weight in the story, because it's a recurring song that you hear throughout all of Tales of the Abyss. One character sings it, and it's absolutely fantastic. Outside of the weight it carries in the story, it's just generally a really cool thing to listen to. It's so peaceful and relaxing, and then when the actual, organ kicks in the second half, oh god. This is just a fantastic tune.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Remember when you tried to kill me twice? Oh, how we laughed and laughed. Except I wasn't laughing. Under the circumstances, I've been shockingly nice. You want your freedom, take it. That's what I'm counting on. I used to want you dead, but now I only want you gone. She was a lot like you.
Yes, I like Want You Gone more than Still Alive. Shut up. Anyway, first of all, some of my reasons for liking this song more than Still Alive would be the first 10 seconds of the song are just awesome. I love the opening part of this. And then the lyrics are so snarky, and I love it, as opposed to Still Alive, where Gladys was just kind of being passive-aggressive. And the song also does a good job at hinting at a kind of nicer side to Gladys. Like, she's telling you, essentially, to get out, never bother me again, go away. But she's doing it in such an endearing way. It's really nice to see such a complex and cool character send you off for this journey that you've been taking these past 2 games.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
There are a number of different reasons that I will put this song as number 1, and choose it to be the representative for the Metal Gear series in terms of credit themes. One reason could be because of nostalgia, another reason could be that this song is absolutely gorgeous. Everything from the instrumentation and the vocals and that really cool introduction and the little interlude between the introduction and the main part, it was all very awesome. I may not be able to understand what's being said in this song, but that doesn't really matter, because emotion speaks every language. Metal Gear Solid is a very emotional series at times, and the frequent use of this song in the first game does all of the emotional moments that happen a very good favor. And all in all, this is a song that I love to listen to regularly because it's just so soothing and beautiful. And it really creates something special in the song that I will continue to listen to for years to come.